In a world where local musicians and artists are unrated, underappreciated, battered, abused, and swept under the rug, living show to show without benefits like medieval gestures. Underplayed and Underpaid. Real local music. We've gone rogue. Email us at dryancfru@gmail.com. Viewer discretion is advised. Tolerance is recommended.
Welcome to another installment of Underplayed and Underpaid. Brian McNeil, as I'm with you every show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and subscribe so you can keep in touch with what's going on with music in the Royal City, that is Guelph, Ontario. I want to thank Ian Andrews for doing the last interview. Lots of really cool information. And if any of you guys are at the level of musicianship that you'd like to go out to the Corktown pub and join in his like jazz style freeform blues Wednesdays, I recommend you check out the last interview. It's pretty fantastic. He's cool. For 24-year-old, he's such a, he won album of the year in Hamilton the last Hamilton Music Awards. Yeah, so make sure you check him out. Thank you very much, C.I.D, for joining, or for getting a hold of me and have me come and interview you. If you could introduce yourself to the viewers and the listeners and the subs, tell them a little bit about what you do in C.I.D. We'll start with Chaley because he opened his mouth first.
I'm Chaley. I am I'm lead guitar, backup vocals.
Steve LaFontaine, I play drums.
Stevie G.
Stevie G, yeah.
Michael Clifton, I'm the lead singer and do nothing else of any use.
We call him the solicitor.
The
solicitor.
Because I am.
Fair.
I'm Joey. I play rhythm guitar and backup vocals.
And sometimes lead vocals.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. I saw you the other night at the Jimmy Jazz doing some
right.
lead vocals.
I'm Keegan. I play the bass and do some vocals as well.
All right, I want to project yourself, man. Find your inner
Your inner Johnny Rotten.
Johnny Rotten. Yeah, that's exactly where I was going.
It's mostly outer, actually.
Thanks again for having me. How long has C.I.D been together?
Oh,
How long have you been in C.I.D?
I think it's been about 2 years.
No.
Well, I was going to say it was 4 years.
I've only been in about a year
Okay.
now.
I think about
It's
4
been
years.
about 4 years
Yeah.
with this current, not lineup. CID, about 4 years.
Yeah.
So
it
what?
changes over the years, but that's
I joined, was it last May? A year ago last May?
yeah, about a year ago.
When did you initially? Was it you that started C.I.D?
Yes,
And what? How long ago was that?
apparently about 4 years ago.
Okay, all right. I thought maybe it was like really old and you just kind of brought it back out.
There's been a whole bunch of different bands before that, but they all led up to CID with the constant changes and different lineups, different names.
All right.
And CID is one that sort of stuck.
First off, then, what does C.I.D stand for?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, it's based on the British Criminal Investigation Department, but we have various different names for it. I forget which one we use right now.
I use Clifton as dynamic. It's based on a UK sub-song, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not really. Actually.
Okay. They have a song
They
that's
do have
named
a
after
song,
us.
yeah.
Okay.
Criminals in Denial. How about that one?
Oh, there you go.
Criminals in
I like
Denial.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd you want to put together a punk rock cover band? Because you guys aren't writing your own material in this band.
We're starting to. Chaley has an abundance of songs that he's written, for which he's written the rhythm and the lyrics, but no melody. But we are.
Singer's job.
We've got a couple of those that we're trying to get going. One we've tried a few times, and you're not happy with it. You're not.
Yeah.
It's not there yet.
Well, we do the covers because there's There isn't really any bands that do the stuff we do, because we do the vintage, so a vintage punk rock band.
I was thinking Saturday that we should start calling ourselves a punk revival band. Because we don't just cover it in the sense like you could do karaoke, right? We're actually, it's the spirit of the old punk. That
We embody the spirit.
we've actually had people tell us that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people like that because it's different. It's not what they expect. They expect something like 3-chord, and you get 3.5 chords and they get melodies.
Just throws them for a curveball.
Sometimes the half chord.
Still
wasn't
haven't figured out
deliberate.
what that half chord is, but it's a good one.
Someone at the Jazz coined a term, I believe it was called dad punk. You guys, they were trying to describe
Dad
to
punk.
somebody.
Welcome to your old age. Yeah.
Dad punk. I've never heard that before.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, it might be. I think we like it because it's that punk rock that's just come at the tail end, really, of rock and roll, and it's like it's still got that rock and roll feel to it. It hasn't gone extreme or anything. It's still rock and roll, but it wasn't the Beatles, the Stones, and Zeppelin anymore. It was they didn't want any of that anymore, and it just that youth brigade took over at that time, and they had their own thing, right? It was punk rock, and it's still pretty cool. I think that's why we like to play it.
On that note, what are your musical influences then?
We do a lot of the Clash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We do like a full Clash cover set sometimes, so that's a big one.
And the Sex Pistols and 999.
Buzzcocks. We like the Buzzcocks.
Buzzcocks are
Stiff
great.
Little Fingers.
And Stranglers.
The Damned.
But we're always trying to add songs from that era. So we just someone might just mention some track that they heard and they really liked, and then we'll say, I don't know, do you guys want to do that one?
Yeah. We did
Yeah,
the
we'll
Beatles
do that
on
one.
Saturday night, right? Opened with a Beatles song, and we've done the Vapors, turning
Yeah.
Japanese, and what's his name?
Yeah.
Elvis Costello.
Yeah.
Right? So we do some things that actually sound musical occasionally.
Any Iggy and the Stooges?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
Vile
really-
Tones.
Since I've come on, we've only done the past.
Oh, Vile Tones, yes. Oh, we haven't done any
That's the
Vile Tones.
Violators. With
Yeah,
them.
Yeah, the Violators. Yeah.
And we fiddled around with. I've forgotten their name.
That sounds terrible.
The
We've
Violent-
had-
the Violent Femmes. It sounds worse when I finish the sentence.
We have
Fiddle
we
around
have,
with
we have
Violent
had
Femmes.
quite a lot of songs that we've done and gone covered and maybe even forgotten about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
So-
something like 40, 45 that
Well, those
we
are the
felt
ones we-
relatively
yeah.
confident about performing.
Yeah, we made up a list of ones that we sort of did on a regular basis, and then
Yeah.
every once in a while I'll look on some device I have, and there'll be some more songs that we used to do or we were going to do or we had started doing, and then somebody had left, maybe we lost a guitar player or we lost a singer, and that's happened to us a few times, so we've had to sort of start from scratch a few times. That's why.
Yeah.
Actually, we keep losing a guitar player. We should something go
It
up.
keeps coming back.
Come late sometimes.
Any Dayglow abortions, or is that too new for you guys?
No, we've never tried that.
No,
I don't,
we haven't.
we haven't talked about it.
I
yet.
mean, I'd be good with other
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't even think we have a too new limit, really. As long as it's got a groove and a melody, as long as it's not just that fist of noise.
So when
kind
I
of
bring
thing.
Oh,
the
I don't-
White Stripes
yeah.
in, White Stripes.
But I wear my Dayglow Abortions T-shirt. That's the only T-shirt people stop me every time I go
Oh, yeah.
out. They're like, I have the other version. Like, I got the one where the two dogs are fucking, or whatever. I got stopped twice at Freshco the other day by two different people that tell. Yeah,
That's
it was,
cool.
Anyway, consider it because
Well, that's going back
obviously,
20 years at least, or more.
yeah,
They were
80s
around
for
in
sure.
the 80s.
I was listening to them when I was their age, so.
They were still they're still going today. So obviously 90s.
Yeah.
I think they hit their stride in the 90s.
you
But
guys, you've got
Jim Hare's not here. Where's Jim?
Yeah,
You answer all the
just-
questions for us.
just details, man.
So, what other musical projects are you guys either involved in, or what do you maybe what do you throw? Big show?
You don't have any other bands right now, do you?
Well, no, actually, I'm putting something together right here with, because we're at the Drop-In Centre, with some of the clients who have musical ability. I'm actually putting together a band here. They get to pick what they play. I just kind of, I don't know if I'm playing it or not, but, and then been offered to play around town. They want us to get out and show our talent for the homeless and the unemployed and the nutty.
I'd love to see you as a conductor.
Yeah,
Fred.
I will. I'll have a baton and everything.
That's great.
Anybody else? Musical projects? Obviously, you guys are both in the Essential Letdowns. Thank you again for having me come out to your jam space to do that interview. The lighting turned out great. Eh?
It looked pretty good, actually.
And not as good as this, but it's still softer.
And what's happening with Noise and Noise?
Yeah, we're just taking a break with Noise and Noise for now. We're gonna get that back together. That's me and Joey's other band that we've been doing for a couple of years.
Who else is in it?
It's us and Aiden, my stepbrother, our buddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And well, Mike, you also are involved with a bigger production.
Two things. I mean, the one, my wife's in the Grand Philharmonic Choir, and they've sucked me into singing with them next summer when they travel. So I have to learn how to sing like a real singer. But Strummerfest is the big project, which is almost annual celebration of Joe Strummer, punk rock, and charitable causes.
And you're the originator and
producer.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So if anybody, if there are any bands that want to submit music, you're the guy to submit the music to?
Yep. We've still got a couple places that we could fit people in. This the coming one on August 5th.
Okay. And how do bands or artists get a hold of you?
They can email me, michael@strummerfest.ca.
There you go. I hope that there's going to be a bunch of people flooding your email inbox.
All right.
That'd be great.
They have to play some
All
Clash
12 of the
stuff,
audience. Sorry?
They have to play some.
They don't have to play Clash, no. But for the evening show, which is now full, all of us will be playing some Clash songs because it's the 40th anniversary of the album The Clash. But for the daytime stuff, they can play whatever they like. We've had, soft country folk type performers, independent singer-songwriters, and then metal and punk bands and reggae and ska. So Strummer liked everything, right?
How many years have you been doing this now?
Started in 2012,
2012.
and
5
then
years?
which was the 10th anniversary of Joe Strummer's death. And then I did it again in 2013. Those two were big festivals in Kitchener, with about 25 bands, 5 different venues. And then I was going to give it up, but that's when Chaley and I met each other. And so we did a very small Strummerfest at his old studio in Guelph with 6 bands. And I think there were 5 people in the audience. It was outstanding.
Oh, come on, it was 8.
It might have been 8. It was dark, I couldn't tell. But and then I took a hiatus in 2015, and then did it again last year. We had the 2 Strummer jams that we did for the Joe Strummer Foundation, one at Jimmy Jazz and one in Toronto. And then I did a Strummerfest Strummer Feast at the Boathouse in Kitchener.
Oh, nice.
Where we had a dinner and then 5 performers with Kensington Hillbillies rounding out the show.
And you mentioned, I believe, the Strummer Foundation?
The Joe Strummer Foundation in England. It's a foundation that Joe's family and friends started. It's what Strummerville became, and they do charitable work to support music programs throughout the world for the poor and the kind of stuff you do. And so when they did their they asked last year that everyone would do a Strummer Jam during August, which is the month that Joe Strummer was born in. And the Strummer Jams around the world all raised money for different independent projects. So we raised money for the Drop-In Center here in Guelph and for the Joe Strummer Foundation to use generally.
That's fantastic. So you mentioned that you're going to be learning to sing for the Philharmonic Orchestra?
Yes, Philharmonic Choir.
Choir. Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of musical training do you have? And the rest of you guys, what kind of musical training do each of you have?
Oh, well, I'll finish that one. My wife is a trained singer. She trained at Wilfrid Laurier.
Okay.
That is my training. She teaches me, browbeats me, controls me. So she's an excellent music teacher. So I just have been taught by her sometimes.
And did she teach you a lot about breathing? Is that really, really important?
Breathing is very important. I found when I don't breathe, I can't sing at all.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, you actually pass out occasionally.
Yeah. It's a terrible thing.
What about musical training? Keegan?
I really
Joey?
don't have any official...
Yes, wait, you're fibbing. He did have some musical training.
Yeah.
Dad training.
In the
Dad
house.
training.
There you go.
But these guys are multi-talented. They're exceptionally.
They play everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've learned to play guitar since I was 12, and I've kind of just sort of learned how to play bass. So sometimes, if one of us can't play a show like Steve or whichever, Keegan's gotta go on drums. I'll play the bass. So Keegan kind of plays drums too. So
Great. Steve, what kind of training do you have musically?
Not really any formal training. Banging on the kitchen table when I was a kid, maybe driving my parents kind of crazy. And then really not any training at all until I was probably in my 20s when I was living somewhere and I was able to afford a drum kit, and I had a place to play. So I bought a drum kit, sort of taught myself to play. And then I took lessons around Guelph for a little bit, but usually I just was at home playing rudiments on the back of a chair or something like that. That's how I learned how to play.
Nice.
But you've also taught yourself guitar, right?
Yeah, well, that's just something for myself to do. I live in an apartment, so it's kind of, you can't really play drums in the apartment.
Yeah.
So I play guitar at home, but I'm not really a guitar player.
Fair.
But
Charlie?
You know Alan Piggins, right?
I've not yet met him.
You haven't met him yet. Well, when I was 14, I watched this video, and it was the Sex Pistols. I thought, that's it, that's what I'm going to do. So I went out and bought a guitar, and Alan Piggins let me jam with them. I couldn't play a note, didn't know what to do. So he taught me my first 2-string chord, and I got to jam with, what's it called? Spitting Image, way back in, do you remember them? Spitting
Nope.
Image?
I
The Allen
remember
Boys?
that name.
Guelph's first punk band.
No?
Yeah, so that's why I learned. Then after that, I just went and bought a book, and I just spent a year sitting in my basement. Yeah,
That's great.
taught myself to play.
There you go.
Yeah.
Talk about this jam space. Where we are right now has many, many uses. Who wants to...
Who knows? Who knows where we are?
Shayla knows.
Nobody.
Shayla knows the most.
Okay. This is the Welcome Drop-In Centre in Guelph, where I work. This is the upstairs meeting room. They have AA meetings, and us. Yeah, and
And downstairs is the kitchen.
yeah, so
They
they got a
serve
kitchen.
people
They've got
food.
all the homeless people, the people that hand out food, do meals, showers, counselling.
And you run
all
your
sorts of
music
good stuff.
program here.
Yes, I think I already mentioned that.
You did.
And I actually work in the shelter, the Stepping Stone.
Oh yeah. Okay. So when this group of people that work here also used to be the same people that worked over where NV Lounge is now.
I don't know.
You don't know? Because when I was 18, I was on the streets and I would work
That
there
was
for
the old
food.
drop-in centre, right?
Was it
Yeah.
run by nuns?
Yeah, it was.
I believe it was by
Sister
Sister
Christine.
Christine. Yeah.
Oh, is that who used to run this?
Yeah, she retired a few
Oh.
months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after
Yeah.
she hired me, she pretty well retired.
That was it.
He's got it covered.
Yeah.
From nuns to Chailey.
So,
Yeah.
so the boss now, Gail, allows us to work here. So, yeah, which
Great.
is really awesome. Yeah.
Ties in with all the other charitable things that you guys all do.
Yeah, like I said, we are working on a project with the clients up here as well,
Yeah.
where we supply all the equipment and everything. So, it's
Right
good.
on. That'd be great. Yeah, I want to see Chailey conducting.
You shall one day. You shall.
I've
I
already
wear
appreciated
wear my tails and everything. Tie.
Nobody wants to see your tail.
You're gonna get to see it. Double tails.
Where have you guys played as C.I.D?
There was Jimmy Jazz, and then Jimmy Jazz, and Jimmy Jazz.
I haven't played
Well,
Jimmy Jazz.
We played at the Linsmore Tavern in Toronto.
Linsmore, we played at the Cherry Cola
Cherry
Cabaret.
Cola, is that
Cherry,
right? Yeah,
Cherry
yeah.
Cola
Yeah.
Cabaret in Toronto.
We played at the St. Hollywood. a
The
couple
St.
years ago.
Hollywood and
Okay,
Hamilton.
that's before my
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
We played at Royal City or Regal Road Studios,
Studios.
a number of
Studios.
times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Army Navy
And,
Club.
Van
Army
Gogh.
Navy Club.
Oh,
yeah.
Van
Oh, the
Gogh's
Army
here.
Navy.
Van Gogh's here. Played Van Gogh's
Army
here.
Navy
You guys have been getting around. That's great.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Around Guelph.
Yeah.
Around Guelph and two
No,
times
we
in
got
Toronto.
some shows coming up in Toronto, like the Coalition. So we should be playing
Yeah.
that shortly.
Date's not set there.
Yeah.
Going to be opening for a band there, and then also opening for their CD release party.
That's right.
That's what they've said.
How do viewers and subs, how do they find you guys online in order to keep a track of where you guys are going to be playing?
We have a Facebook page. Facebook page is C.I.D. If you can't find it, look for any of our names because we've all liked it, except Steve, who refuses to go on Facebook.
Is it C.I.D. on the page?
Yep, and
Yeah.
it's our logo, the picture of the British Bobby with C.I.D. written across his head. So
Alrighty.
there are other C.I.Ds out there that are different things.
Is there a dot at the end of the D?
There is a dot at the end
Yeah.
of the yeah. In our logo, though, they're X's.
Ah.
Yeah, because we're cool.
Because you're punkers. Gotcha.
That's right.
Do you have a memorable moment that stands out for each of you at a show?
I remember one that I thought was pretty funny.
Okay.
This is when we played at This Ain't Hollywood, and I think we were launching into our second song, and Chaley was using his wireless guitar pickup, and it fell off. Your guitar went dead, and I was playing, and I started laughing. I couldn't believe it. It was so funny. And I kept pointing at him and laughing. But I thought it was classic. But he was cool, and he fumbled around a bit, and then he got it. Oh yeah, he's on. He was on again. He got her going. So
Right on.
that show went pretty well.
Any other fun moments that come to mind?
I really enjoyed us when we did our Strummer Jam and at Jimmy Jazz. I think it was like the first time we all really played together. It was like just a really good turnout, and just every song we were playing, everybody was so into it and dancing, and it was like probably one of the best shows like I've ever played. Just to see all these people like
The energy.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
the
awesome.
energy
It was
was
just
awesome.
awesome. It was like
Powerful.
one of the best shows at Jimmy Jazz like I've ever played. Yeah.
Great.
Was.
Anything to add?
Well, we were talking earlier.
Oh, the SNFU incident.
Yeah, Joey just found a picture recently of this.
Of what? Because
This
the subs have no idea.
yeah.
Do tell.
I have to describe that
The
one.
gory details.
There's a band called SNFU. They're pretty big from
Oh, they're huge.
Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
I believe so.
And I think Chai Pig moved back to China. So they're also out of China.
Oh, I think Edmonton.
They're from Canada.
Canada.
They're from Canada.
Fair.
Anyways, so the singer Chai Pig has got a picture with me, sort of passed out on the sidewalk, and he's putting some money into my butt.
In your slot.
The slot machine.
That's yeah, that wasn't one of our shows. That was just a show that I was
Oh, well,
at. But,
definitely a memorable moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, a real proud moment for a father.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's
But
next
did
to
you
punk rock.
actually remember it, or was
Royalty.
it only you read?
It was memorable
You saw the
for
picture.
everyone else.
He woke up the next day with toast on his stomach. That's all. That's pretty much it. He said.
Right on.
He signed me too.
Oh.
He signed my bum.
All right, moving on then. Let's straighten up this interview. As a cover band for punk music, what gear do you guys use to be able to sound like various punk artists?
Well,
The swollen pickle.
The swollen pickle. We use Marshall Stat.
It's one of his pedals.
The
It's
pedal.
called the swollen pickle.
A swollen pickle. It just adds some sound. It was only one guitar. Marshall and Fender. They have a Les Paul on the Marshall. And what do you use for guitar? Same straight Fender. He doesn't have a swollen pickle. There's only one swollen pickle. It's mine.
I used to use an Epiphone myself, but nothing really fancy. Just kind of
Yeah.
starter guitar kind of thing.
We're getting the Eden bass rig fixed up right now. Still waiting for that. We were supposed to have it this week, but
We're supposed to have, yeah. And we have an old crate. It's a really good crunchy.
Which is actually a brand name.
Sorry.
Just-
Yeah, it's got two wires hanging out of it. You know, yeah, but it's a real good crunchy mix with the Marshall. It just kind of covers everything.
And as for drumming, you have the whole Neil Peart setup?
No, I kept it. Keep it really simple. It's just a single bass drum pedal, which I like to play that way anyway.
Yeah.
And the drums are pretty dry sounding, coated heads. It's not really it's an old Ludwig kit, but it doesn't have any particular vintage to it or anything. It's just big metal snare drum. That's about it. Not too many cymbals. Just kind of like your classic punk rock drum kit.
All right.
And I
call
have
it
a
the
microphone.
bumblebee.
The bumblebee.
And I just have a microphone.
Yeah.
That's-
You don't have
That's all
any
I
special effect pedals that you run your vocals through?
No, it'd be a good idea. It would help. Well, what I like about the sound that these guys create is that it sounds like the band sounded like live. You know, like when you hear recordings of The Clash, for example, that are their polished recordings, and then you hear the live recordings, they're totally different. And the live recordings are raunchier, sometimes off key, have a lot more expression, they make
worlds
mistakes.
apart.
And not that we go off key, but they're just
Talking to me?
because they haven't gone overly fancy trying to replicate the recorded sound. It sounds more real. It sounds more genuine when you're on stage. So I like that.
And do you use a lot of reverb, for example? Or no reverb at all, dry?
I try and
Nice
make my
and
voice
real.
twiddle. No, we don't do much of anything.
No,
I
we
set
don't
on
do-
a very slight echo
Yeah, a
thing, but
little
only
bit of
when we
echo.
rehearse here.
Yeah.
That's-
Okay. How has C.I.D. helped each of you grow musically?
I think it's been fun just learning all the tracks
Yeah.
and playing them and learning, every few weeks we add another song or another couple songs or something. Our set list changes a little bit now and then. It's because we've got new tracks in there. And again, it's just fun playing those songs. And then, you go home, you listen to it and you go, oh yeah, that was a really great song. And then you come to rehearsal and you're looking forward to playing it. And,
Do you guys
Yeah.
get to look at behind the music, why the artist, the original artist, created that piece of music, and do you have fun with that kind of history of the covers?
sometimes I like to go and check out what it was all about. Like just go to Wikipedia because you can pretty much get whatever you want there. Right? There's usually a lot of good background information there. But I like to watch live versions of the songs. I like to watch the bands doing live versions and get a feel for how it sounded when they were doing it live. And that's what I usually try to take back. Hopefully, whatever video I can watch has, some footage of the drummer too. So it's a good way to see if there's any little tricks that they're adding into the song. I like to pick those pieces out and at least, take a sampling of that and put it in the version that we do because it gives it some legitimacy, I guess.
Well, and I do the same. I've actually, for most of the songs, I've tried to listen to 2 or 3 different recordings, especially the live ones, just to hear the ways they express it. Even when we did Hard Day's Night, the version that I like best is a Beatles rehearsal version, where they get the words wrong and they laugh in the middle of the song and they don't really end it properly, but you get a real feel for the expression that they were trying to get out of it. So I do try and match the expression of the words, and sometimes don't do it the same as they performed it because I feel it differently. What I've found with the songs, not only learning more songs, some that I never knew even though I grew up with the stuff, is it's actually, like with my wife's singing training, and I'm not a beautiful singer, but I understand the training she's given me, and I've learned that you can't use the training perfectly here. So I shouldn't say that. When I listen to even someone like Joe Strummer, who's not a great singer in the traditional sense, he uses some of the correct techniques, the way he holds his vowels, sustained sound, that kind of stuff. But what he lacks in formal training, he has exponentially in expression. And so I'm learning a great deal more about how to express songs, which is what I like much more. I'd much rather learn how to express. So the range of songs we do, from Sunday Stripper to the Clash songs to the Vapors and all that stuff, they all have different ways of being. And I just love hitting all those different moods and learning how to express them.
You guys want to add anything?
Yeah, I usually, whenever I'm playing one of the covers or so, I usually kind of play it the way I hear it, because I usually play by ear. I don't really look up tabs or nothing, so I always kind of play it the way I've always heard it. But if I ever try and listen to this, I usually always play it the way I do. But then whenever I listen to the song and how Joe Strummer's just strumming the guitar, I try and incorporate that with how we play it afterwards. So it's kind of neat to just hear a different, how he plays it and try and changing it up, and I feel like that kind of adds a bit of an effect on how I play.
Yeah, cool.
I always used to just play guitar before I started playing bass in this band. I've learned there's like so much more to the bass than most people think. It's not just like single notes and all that. Like I've learned a lot of cool things on the bass.
Have you ever met Jason Rasso?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, he runs the guitar shop?
He used to. I think no, it was his brother Adrian Rasso and his other brother. But Jason Rasso, he does lessons. If you ever want to go with Matt Herman and go for a lesson just to check it out, I guarantee you'll learn a
You're
lot.
saying there's 3 brothers.
There are 3 Rasso brothers, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was only 2.
Oh, the try
I've met 2 of the brothers.
Yeah, the other one ran the shop and was also big with the Biltmore cross promotion, Biltmore hats, and also I believe works at a pet shop. Yeah.
Pet shop boys.
We've got to
We don't
reiterate
do pet shop boys.
that the upcoming show, August 5th in Waterloo Public Square for Strummerfest, that's noon till 11. Generally punk rock music, but other stuff during the
It'll be
day.
a big mix. We got the Unlikely Story is playing. They're not. I don't think they'd be considered punk. And the Baudelaires will be closing the night. They're reggae and ska.
Yeah.
We will in fact be doing 2 sets, taking advantage of the fact that I've got this band under my thumb. We're going to do an afternoon set that's going to be sort of everyone other than the Clash, and then we'll do just a Clash tribute to start off the evening program.
Cool.
At TC Folk Punk will be there from Toronto. There's
He's played with us
singer-songwriter.
before?
Yeah,
Played
played
with
with
us
us in Strummer Jam. He's a
Yeah.
cool guy. And we've had a few that couldn't make it who would like to. You know, Warren Kinsella's band, the Wormwood was SFH from Toronto, the Wormwood Scrubs from Waterloo, Vienna Donato Hall. They were all people who wanted to be part of it, but ended up having other commitments. So that's why we have a few spaces to fill.
There you go. And again, to reiterate, your email is.
Michael@strummerfest.ca.
There you go.
Which people can also use to find out stuff about C.I.D. if they can't find the Facebook page. We'll send them a link.
Fair. All right. What is your favorite song to play in C.I.D. and who wants to start? Jay.
Homicide.
Really?
By.
999.
There you go.
I love playing that song.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
You couldn't tell?
I have I think they're all pretty favorite, but I think I really get pretty chuffed about when we play What Do I Get, the Buzzcocks. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know for sure. I think I enjoy singing Ever Fallen in Love the most. But Complete Control is a blast. That's when we do the Clash.
Yeah.
Complete Control.
I love all of it. Like, I grew up listening to all this music, so like it's pretty much all my music I've been listening to. I like playing a lot of the ska and reggae stuff. I like Police and Thieves and Pressure Drop and Monkey Man. Like, I like playing a bit of I like switching it up from playing punk rock to a bit of the ska riffs. Those are kind of fun.
Nice. Keegan.
I like doing Nice and Sleazy by the Stranglers. It's a cool bass song.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing Monkey Man too. That's one of my favorites. And No Government by Antipasti.
Nice.
So,
All right. Well, let's just loosen up the questions.
Set list.
Let's loosen it up a little bit. Not be so serious. Why are you guys so obsessed with your footwear?
I don't know.
Because
When I was 15,
It was the one thing we could agree on.
when I was 15, I got my first pair of these.
Uh-huh.
Used to wear them all the time. I found them the most comfortable shoes I'd ever worn. And then I grew up, went on a mission, came back, got serious about life, got married, never had them again, and now I have them again.
Until you met
and
us.
I am loving them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wear these to work most of the time now.
Fair.
Real, what's it called? Gore-Tex? Anyway,
No.
yeah.
Is it?
Whatever that's called.
Well,
It's not Gore-Tex.
They're
no.
real.
What's-
They're
what's
real
the
something.
word?
That's for sure. I think they're almost like alligatory.
I grew up in dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should buy them for 10 quid on the market. Now they cost like $200.
Yeah.
Rip off. And I'm eating China.
Oh. Anybody else gonna buy?
These are cool running shoes. I like these.
I just thought I thought they looked good with my socks. So behind the kit,
That's
because you don't get a lot of exposure back there.
This is our Justin Trudeau. He's
So,
not a
yeah.
looking guy. He wears the coolest socks.
So I thought that the black made me look kind of out there, and then I throw a little bit of take the edge off with the socks, and that's my shtick.
Of course, nobody sees your feet behind the drums.
Well, we might play a gig somewhere where there'll be some
angle
cameraman
shots.
looking for some.
Maybe that's what I'll do at your next
There you
show.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll just film your socks the whole time.
DDG socks.
Are you guys all up to date on your current affairs? What really what grabs your attention these days when it comes to news?
You were the busiest watching the news today.
I don't know. I don't know if I wouldn't say that I knew everything about it. I do read the CBC website every morning though with my coffee, and I just try to. I wouldn't say I was up to snuff on everything, but I like to follow along what's going on. I find the whole thing that's happening in the United States to be fascinating.
Yeah.
I run an anti-Trudeau Facebook page. Not really anti-Trudeau. It's called Keeping Trudeau Accountable.
Mhm.
And so I try to keep up to date on any news to do with the federal government, and sometimes put up positive things. You know, hey, you did this. This was a good thing. That's part of keeping him accountable. And
Mhm.
you know, and then questioning, you know, the slow movement on the First Nations program and the incredible debt that he's creating and all that kind of stuff. Just getting different newscasters' reactions to it. But I have to admit, I've become one of those lazy people. I get a lot of my news off social media now, and I tend to listen to or read David Aiken and Warren Kinsella primarily. So David Aiken's become more left-wing as he's going along. So I hear a lot of the left-wing news, and then I try and attack it just to go from the other side for fun.
Right on. The youngin's gonna weigh in on the news.
I just
You can say no. It's okay. I don't want to.
I just woke up, man.
I get too pissed off just seeing what's going on with just everything. I feel like this whole world is just really gone to shit. Like it's we got idiots running countries in like North Korea and America, and it's just fuck. It's just I don't know. It kind of just upsets me. Like I can't. I read it and I watch it and I check up on it, but like it's just disappointing just to see. Just I don't like seeing it, but I guess you probably should just to see what's going on with everything. But
Check out John Perkins. It might help you out. Make
Yeah.
you feel a little bit better because he's got the inside scoop from being.
Yeah.
You'll understand. Great book that I got involved in, especially with that particular author. Is The New Confessions of an Economic Hitman. I think it really help you
Yeah.
figure it out. Gigi? No news? Attaboy.
No.
Okay, so, it's time for Pressed by Nick presents Button Rebuttal on Underplayed and Underpaid. You guys have already been throughout the game. We have a game. So,
Okay.
what I do is I ask you a riddle.
Do we win something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
Right.
Because Pressed by Nick, he presses buttons. So if you wanted to get your buttons, he's a great
Nick
guy.
made buttons for us already, which
Did he?
I just have yet to hand out to everyone, but
He's
made some
mentioned
for
these
us.
buttons
There you go.
week after week.
Fantastic. So basically, I ask you a riddle, and if you don't get the riddle within a few seconds, then I throw you a dirty button out of the dirty button bag, and then you have a chance to rebut as to why you deserve a beautiful, shiny, green, underplayed and underpaid button.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I love riddles.
Okay, all right.
I,
For time, we
I
have to.
need time to think.
Okay. What famous dance music did Charles Dickens write? You should be able to get this one.
I have no idea.
The Oliver Twist.
Oh,
Oh, now I gotta open this dirty button bag. Come on, Shaylee. Okay.
Wow.
Fish around in
Oh
there.
my
Grab one
gosh.
out. Tell the viewers what you've won.
Oh,
Well, I can't read it.
that could be that could be Joy Division. I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Joy Division.
red and black
I'm guessing.
blotches. Huh?
Yeah, it looks like
Oh, I think I know
Well,
what
yeah,
that
it's
is.
like
I
a
can't
blood
see it,
clot.
but
It's a blood
you
clot.
want
That's-
a blood clot.
afterbirth. Yes, it's the pro-life button. Oh, no, that's a bottle.
That's a bottle.
Yeah, that's inspired by Uncle Anus, which is why I do the whole button rebuttal in the first place.
It's a butthole.
Oh, the butthole.
Bottle.
Wow.
That is.
And why do you deserve one of these, Shaylee?
If you
Why
get it a
does that
second
one?
time, it's a rebuttal.
Because I'm awesome.
There you go, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Steve, Mike, who wants to take the next one on?
I guess I'll go.
Okay, we're going in
Yeah.
Okay.
numerical order. No, I don't know. What do we call this? Civic order.
Yeah. Arkle?
Article order. Geometric order.
Okay.
Nautical.
Why are pianos so noble?
No idea.
Many are upright and the rest are grand.
Right on.
That's very good.
All right, dirty button bag. Here we
Dirty
go.
button. I
What do
can't
we
wait to
got?
see what
I can-
mine's gonna be.
Oh, you're gonna love it, I think.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, what is it?
No Stephen Harper and no government.
That's great. That looks like a pro Stephen Harper one.
Is
Oh,
it?
it's not.
I don't know. I don't think so. He's got something in his mouth
Oh,
that
yeah.
it doesn't look
Okay.
like it belongs there.
Right,
So
yeah.
I'm going to say that that's not a pro Stephen Harper.
He's
button.
got a bottle for a
Keep
mouth.
that.
That's brilliant.
And why do you deserve a green underplayed underpaid button, Steve?
I think because I was a really good sport about the
There you go.
Stephen Harper button.
Okay.
I don't know if I can come up with anything catchy there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to win.
One of us has
All
to
right,
get one.
Michael, you can't be the only guy that doesn't get a underplayed and underpaid button.
All right.
So come on,
I
buck
will.
up, buck up.
Okay.
I have to find a good one.
No, please.
Maybe we'll actually get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of phone makes music?
What?
What kind of phone makes music?
All of them? Phone. Gramophone?
Well, it doesn't make music, but it's a saxophone.
Oh, very good.
How about a xylophone?
Well, you could use xylophone.
Would work too.
What did you?
I can't take this one home.
That's the pro-choice button.
This is,
Pro-choice button.
And you have your choice of 3 sizes.
Why do you deserve an
And from a
underpaid
distance,
underpaid
it
button?
looks like a black because I am underpaid and underpaid.
There you go. You do so many great things for the music community. Thank you guys very much, C.I.D, for having Underplayed and Underpaid into your jam space. And can't wait to see the upcoming show August 5th at the Waterloo Public Square, noon till 11 for Strummerfest. Thank you very much, Mike, for putting that on. It's a great thing. Very charitable and awesome. And anything you guys want to say to the viewers before we go?
We love you.
Yeah. Punk rock and roll.
There you go. Ditto.
There you go.